Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the fourth day of August 2024. I hope you went to church if you are a Christian. If you are a Muslim, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Have you people listened to the speech of your dictator? Because as far as I'm concerned, Tinubu is not a president. He's a dictator. Now, a dictatorship is commonly found during the military era, but I can tell you that what we are seeing in a democratic regime in Nigeria is more than the dictatorship in the military regime. Now, Tinubu had the courage to tell his aide to write a speech for him, because as far as I'm concerned, Tinubu is not the one that wrote the speech, and he was just reading out the speech they wrote for him on the board. So he did not even touch one among the whole request of the bad governance protesters. Right from time, Tinubu knows that there is a problem in Nigeria and he knows what the problems are. For Tinubu to ignore the whole demand from the bad governance protesters, it means that Tinubu is declaring a war between himself and the citizens of Nigeria. I will explain what I mean by this. After the election, Tinubu knew that many people did not vote for him. He knows that he don't even have the mandate of the people. He said this by himself. He says, I know that people did not vote for me and they are not happy.
I know many did not vote for me, and you are disappointed that your candidate is not where I stand now.
So, right from that time, people disapprove the government of Tinubu. There is nothing Tinubu has done that please people. And Tinubu is not even interested to do things that will make people happy. I took time to study, not just to listen, because the speech leaked yesterday. I took time to study the speech. I discovered that someone who wrote that thing for Tinubu don't mean well for him. And as well, Tinubu who allowed the speech to go to the public don't mean well for Nigerians. This man is very arrogant. Tinubu is very arrogant. Tinubu wants, a revolution to happen in Nigeria. Tinubu wants the protest to end. He did not condemn the security operatives, and he's still thinking that we are still in 2014. Now, here is the message. History has demonstrated that when you stop a peaceful protest by force, meaning you are inviting a violent revolution. So if Tinubu wants to stop this peaceful protest by force, or he wants to do everything that he could to just stop it, despite the money he spent giving traditional rulers to stop the protest, giving the clergymen, imams, pastors to stop the protest, and the protest did not stop. He's not trying to use other means to make sure that he stopped the protest. It's not going to work. We are mobilizing for tomorrow. How many people are they going to arrest? They have arrested so many people, they have killed so many people, but the protest will continue. The protest will continue because we don't have a nation of our own. And if we continue like this, meaning these people, one day they will just gather everybody and kill everybody. The way they are going, they will just gather people one day and kill people. Because they don't care about what you are even doing or what you are protesting for. You heard the Senate President Ekpa when he was saying that people that will be protesting should be protesting. They will be at home eating. That is what the Senate President said, that he will be at home eating. But I don't want to spend time on passing of this message. You see, we're having a press conference today in Abuja, and it will be conducted by the Take It Back movement, and we are going to communicate to Nigerians where we stand, and there is no going back about it. Let Tinubu prepare his worst. Let him prepare his worst, and let him also know that peaceful protesters who are armless, that he's sending security operatives to attack them, that one day those people might defend themselves. It's a message to Tinubu, and you have to have this. We are peaceful, we are resolute. You can see there is no security operative that said a protester hurt him. No soldier, no police will come out to say protesters hurt me. No police have died, nothing, but we the protesters are dying, right? No problem. Tinubu, you have done well. We have seen your broadcast and everything. You will wait for our message because we are not backing down on this protest. And there is no going back to this revolution that you are trying to start. And when it starts, get ready. If it is to arrest everybody or to kill everybody, get ready to do what you want to do. Because there is too much hunger in the land, too much suffering in the land. The government are not interested to stop all this hunger. Only thing Tinubu could do is to continue to give money to the governors in the name of palliative. Palliative is another system of looting money that belongs to the poor. Palliative is a Robin Hoodism in a perverse manner. The money that belongs to the poor, you loot it, use it to do palliative for them. The palliative will be looted and embezzled by the same politicians that is impoverished them. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now, if Tinubu want to do palliative with fuel that will affect everybody in Nigeria. When you reduce fuel to 100 naira, 200 naira, let's see if the poor masses will not enjoy it. Come on. And Tinubu said he will continue to pay fuel subsidy because the cabal, they have a refinery outside the country, sabotaging the indigenous refinery, and they are making sure that nothing is going to work in Nigeria. And they are paying the subsidy to themselves. They have the security for them, nothing will hurt them. No matter how people protest, they have the money. If worse comes to worse, they'll fly out of the Nigeria. But it's a promise. This protest is going to exceed 1 month. We are just beginning the protest. The hunger that is coming, dollar is already exchanging more than 1,600 today. Nothing is working, no food, no money, nothing. And you expect everybody to just keep quiet and accord to what we are saying? This is a joke. It's a joke, but the best thing Tinubu have from the protesters is the protest we are doing. The best thing Tinubu have from the citizens is the protest. Don't push the citizens into doing cyber attack, into carrying arms, into doing all sorts of things. That is what Tinubu is trying to do. He's trying to push people. If you don't push people out of street, if you push people out of street, you will push them into another thing. You will push them into doing what they never wanted to do. It is their right to protest, allow them to protest, and don't let security operative to attack them. I heard Tinubu saying that it is politicians that are sponsoring the protesters. That is a speech of someone who doesn't know his left from his right. So, who are the politicians who are sponsoring hunger? Where are the politicians who are sponsoring, insecurity? Let us know. So, if you know politicians who are sponsoring hunger, who are causing pain to Nigerians, what are you waiting for? Why have you not arrested them? It's unfortunate to hear from Tinubu that politicians are sponsoring this protest when he can feel and see that people are dying of malnutrition in the country. The time is now. Tinubu is going to answer for everything he has caused Nigerians, and there is no going back about it. We are coming out to protest Tinubu tomorrow. In Abuja, in Lagos, in Plateau, all parts of the north, we are coming out to protest. Come and do your worst, no problem. We are ready. How many people are you going to arrest? What are you going to do? Come and do your worst. As far as we are concerned, there is no going back to the protest. So it's a simple message to Nigerians. Tomorrow, the protest continues.
Many of us from the north are famed for cattle keeping. And when you are driving the cattle through different grazing grounds, the cattle believe that you love them so much because you protect them from the elements, because you protect them from other wild animals. But if the cattle were to know that you are the one who would end up eating them, they would treat you very differently. Invariably, they do not know. And therefore, you will continue controlling them the way you do, and you will continue eating them the way you do. But it's a totally different case when you are leading human beings. They are not like cattle. You may lead them in a particular direction. You may think that you have lulled them into a false sense of security. You may think that you have deadened their minds. But always remember that one day, if you don't do that which is good and right for your fellow men, there is a day of reckoning. There is a day of reckoning, and history has demonstrated that it can come in the twinkling of an eye. History has demonstrated that kings have been toppled. History has demonstrated that presidents have been removed. History has demonstrated that great men have been cut down. History has demonstrated that men can rise when they are misled. History has demonstrated that men are indeed capable of rising up. I always read these words of the American Declaration of Independence because I love them. They apply to humanity. Before America became what it is, they had enlightened man. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable right, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it is for this reason that governments are instituted amongst men, and that when those governments fail to perform, it is the duty of those people to rise up and to remove such governments.